So here's the thing. Becoming a mom is a beautiful chapter in your life, but it's not the whole book. You're still Lisa. You're still a leader, and you still have a mission that makes people move. Welcome to the Confident Podcast. I am Lisa Tarkington, your guide to mastering confidence and leadership. As the business and life coach, keynote speaker, and the driving force behind LEAD, I am here to help you break free from self-doubt, silence the imposter syndrome, and step into your power as the person you're meant to be. If you press play today, it's because you're ready for something bigger. Each week, I'll bring you real, raw conversations and actionable insights that will empower you to redefine your leadership, reclaim your confidence, and transform into the unstoppable force you've always known that you could be. This isn't just another podcast. It's a journey we're on together. So buckle up and let's dive into this transformation. Your next level awaits. Hey friends, welcome back for another episode of the Confident Podcast. I am your host, Lisa Tarkington. I'm also your hype girl. I'm a keynote speaker and I'm a coach. And hopefully your reminder to always be bold and to live fully and also have a little bit of play into your life. And we're going to be diving into all of that here in a second. So today's episode is a really special one. It's probably a different one than I've ever done before when it comes to format. And sadly, it's my last episode for a while because after today, the Confident Podcast is going to be taking a pause. Not because I don't want to be here. So if your heart rate is spiking, I'm not quitting. I'm not ghosting you. I'm not vanishing to a remote cabin in the woods to live off grid, which honestly sounds really nice if I could get DoorDash and Wi-Fi there. It also sounds very peaceful as well, but this pause is intentional. It's just a moment in time. I always say like it's going to be a blip in time. And I've already shared on previous episodes as to why I'm doing that. So if you missed those, please go back and listen to them. So today marks something just a little bit different. We're going to do something a little bit different today. I'm not going to be giving out a strategy. I'm not going to be having a guest. And I'm not even having like a 3-step process framework and actions for all of you. So what we're going to do is I'm going to read you all a letter, not to you, well, kind of to you, but also really to me, to my future self. And I figured this pause would be a really great opportunity to think about what I want from Lisa when she comes back from the podcast. It's about how maybe I'm going to be coming back with a few more bags under my eyes. Hopefully not. Hopefully I'm not in sweatpants, but let's be honest, they're always comfortable. But I'm going to be coming back with more wisdom. Probably some baby giggles under my belt and probably some tireless nights. But I can tell you this, I know that I will come back clear as ever in the sense of who I am. And so wherever you are, maybe you're walking your dog. That's what I do when I'm listening to podcasts. Maybe you're washing dishes. Something else I do when I'm listening to podcasts. You're stuck in traffic or curled up with a coffee. I just want you to settle in for a little bit. I really want you to take in everything that I'm going to be sharing. So let's breathe together. Let's be here together and just like honor for a second that sometimes in life we have to take pauses. Sometimes the pauses aren't always warranted. Sometimes we don't always want them, like I said, but at the same time, sometimes we really need them. Because after this pause for the Confident Podcast, I am coming back and we're going to have new content. We're going to have new clarity. We're going to have new stories. But today we're going to pause for a second. And so I'm going to read a letter to my future self out to all of you guys. I'm going to try to do it without crying because I'm a little hormonal. And also I was looking over my notes before today and I couldn't even get it through it without crying. So we'll see how I do. So let's get started. So dear future me, dear future Lisa, wow, you made it. Not just through the season of change, but through a transformation. This wasn't just a pause on content or creativity. It was a pause on constantly proving yourself, on chasing productivity like it's your personality trait, or tying your worth to what your cross off your list to-do list is. You choose to stop, to realign, and to be, not just do. I hope you don't rush this season, and I hope you let the slowness hold you, even when it might make you itch, even when you might feel like the world is sprinting ahead without you. Because the truth is, the most powerful leaders don't always lead loudly. Sometimes they lead from the background. In the margins, in the mundane, in the miracle of the everyday, where no one's watching, but everything's changing. I hope this pause reminds you, rest is not weakness, it's wisdom. Future Lisa, I hope you meet a new version of yourself in this season. One who knows how to let go, how to trust, how to lead from within, and not just from the front of the room. And yes, this pause includes maternity leave. You brought a new life into the world. You made a human, which is so crazy to even say out loud. You also figured out how to swaddle, or kind of figuring out how to do that. And you've learned how to hold laughter and tears in the same moment. You became a walking lullaby, snack bar, and executive at the same time, which is wild. So here's the thing. Becoming a mom is a beautiful chapter in your life, but it's not the whole book. You're still Lisa. You're still a leader, and you still have a mission that makes people move. You kept coaching. You kept holding space for others, even while navigating sleepless nights and spit-up situations, because that's what leaders do. They don't just show up when it's easy. They show up when it matters. You kept dreaming for Lead, your nonprofit baby that reminds young people they matter and can lead right now and not just one day. You still gave keynotes that stirred something in rooms of strangers who left feeling a little braver, a little bit stronger, and better leaders. And you didn't stop living your message. You just embodied it in a new way. You were more grounded and more real. You believe that confidence is contagious. Yes, I do. And you know what works because it's bigger than you. You also remembered how to play, something that you forgot for a long time to do. How to laugh so hard your face hurts, how to be silly, how to put your phone down and get on the floor and play, how to stop striving and start skipping. You found childlike joy in unexpected places. The silly dances in the kitchen continue to happen, especially with the dogs. The midway walks with no destination, again, with the dogs. It was with awe, with magic, and the fun. And yes, even when your hair maybe be a little unwashed and the diaper bag was overflowing, you stayed anchored in what matters most, your 3 core values, your freedom, your impact, and being authentic. Freedom to choose a slower path, your own path, one that scares you. Freedom to say no. Freedom to pause without guilt. Impact. Not in the going viral way, but in a deep way. Impact in how you show up for yourself, your family, your clients, and your community. And being authentic is not about pretending to have it all together, because you will never have it all together. But it's in sharing the mess and the meaning and staying true to your voice, even when it's hard. And through all of it, just remind yourself you were never alone. You were held by the love of your people, your family, your friends, and your village. You are grounded in faith, not just in God, but in the bigger story unfolding, even when you didn't have the script. And you remember that you don't have to do everything. You just have to do the next right thing. And now you're returning, not to the grind, but to your purpose. Maybe a little bit more soft, maybe a little bit more stretched, but a lot more full. And most of all, you're just going to be more you. So I'm not going to come back with a 17-step launch plan or 14 reels already ready to go. I'm just going to come back honest, present, and whole. And now to all of you, my listeners, whether you're here, whether you've been here since day one, or maybe today is your first episode before we take the pause, I just wanted to say thank you. Thank you for trusting me, for tuning in, and for giving this show space in your ears, your heart, and your life. This podcast started with a whisper of what if. And if you've listened to past episodes, you know all about those things. But it's become a place where I've been able to be real and honest with all of you, bring on guests that have just been so amazing, and you've been through so many transformations with me. So with this pause and this letter to myself, again, this is just a blip of time, a moment in time, a time where I'm going to take a pause, and I hope all of you do. So until we meet again, continue to spread love and kindness to everybody that you meet. And I will be on the other end of this in a few months, ready to give you the best content possible. But in the meantime, please always check out our Instagram, our YouTube channel, and just reach out to me because I want to make sure that all of you know that you are worthy. So again, sincerely, in love, Lisa. Thank you for joining me on this episode of the Confident Podcast. If today's episode resonated with you, head over to leadconfidently.org for today's show notes along with discounts to our services. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button, leave a review, and follow us on Instagram and YouTube at The Confident Podcast. Your feedback means the world to me, and it helps more people discover the show. And hey, if you're feeling inspired to dive deeper, let's connect. You can find me on Instagram at Lisa Tarkington Official. Drop me a message and let's explore how I can support your journey to confidence and leadership. Remember, you have the power to choose confidence every single day. Keep showing up, keep striving, and keep believing in your potential. I'm cheering you on, and I'll see you next time.